Hi, this is Jeannie from Paws Acupuncture, and I'm happy to announce a new series for this channel, Saints, Not Saint Bernards. And this series is all about saints and deities who help and watch over animals, some deities who are said to be animals. This is a non-denominational series, and it is not affiliated with any religious organizations or dogma. It's for informational purposes and entertainment only. Enjoy. Today's edition of Saints Not St. Bernards is all about St. Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of animals and the environment. His feast day is October 4th. St. Francis, of course, is probably my most favorite saint, along with St. Anthony of Padua. Can't leave out any of the Franciscans that talk to the animals. Almost every veterinarian, animal lover has a statue of St. Francis in their garden, their office, or their home. And being raised Italian Catholic and going to school run by Franciscan nuns, St. Francis is one of my favorite saints, and I've been taught to revere him and pray to him every day for animals, even though I'm no longer Catholic. And anyone who's not Catholic, I think perhaps you can find it in your heart to find room to ask for St. Francis' help and blessing for your animals and pets and the environment. So if your pet is sick, you pray to St. Francis. And also I would ask for Archangel Raphael to step in and help too. You want a puppy? Ask St. Francis. Of course, he might say no. Going to veterinary school? You're probably better off asking St. Francis to help you study and pass your boards. St. Francis was born in Italy around 1181 as Giovanni di Pietro Bernardone. However, he was informally named Francisco. He's the founder of the Franciscan monk order, and the Franciscans are known for their love of animals. Many of them are able to talk to animals, St. Anthony of Padua, and the renegade monks of New Skeet, even though they're not Franciscans. They have a special way of speaking to animals as well. And like I said, I went to Catholic school, and there were several Franciscan nuns that revered St. Francis and who loved animals as well as the monks too that taught at the all-boys school across the street. He's the patron saint of the environment and all animals. He loved all creatures, although it's rumored that his least favorite were ants. There's a great story that St. Francis and his friends were roaming through Bivania, and he spotted this large flock of birds. So he ran up towards them, and they waited for him. They probably thought he had food, right? And he started preaching to them, and they sat there and listened to them, and he blessed them, and then he flew away. So then it began the rumors that St. Francis could talk to animals. Now, I guess if you did this now, you might be put on medication or carted away with some white coats. Many of us still talk to animals, but I always try to make sure that there aren't any humans around to cart me away and put me in the loony bin. One of the most famous legends about St. Francis is about him and a wolf. So there was a wolf that was terrorizing a village in Italy. It was eating livestock and killing them, and said to be killing some people as well. So the people of the village sent out hunters, and they perished or disappeared, depending on who you talk to. And so the village was traumatized, and St. Francis decided to take it upon himself to come in and make peace with the wolf. So he came into the village and cried out something like, "Come to me, brother wolf, in the name of Christ." And so he asked the wolf, "Please don't hurt anyone." And the wolf came out, didn't attack St. Francis, and instead of that, he knelt at St. Francis' feet. And so St. Francis talked to the wolf, made peace with it, made it promise not to attack any more people or their livestock and to behave. And after that, I suppose they all lived happily ever after. They weren't sending out hunters to kill the wolf, and the wolf was well behaved. Maybe he became one of the first dogs. Who knows? But I love this tale because once again, St. Francis was proven to be someone who could talk to animals and make peace with them. In 1979, Pope John Paul II paid tribute to St. Francis's love for creation and declared him the patron saint of ecologists. So that's why he's also the patron saint of the environment. You have to love that. The feast day of St. Francis of Assisi is October 4th, and many churches will have a blessing of the animals on that day, or probably usually the Sunday before October 4th, sometimes the Sunday after. And if you've ever had the chance to go to one, you know that they are just so wonderful and beautiful and filled with all kinds of animals. I was fortunate enough to go a couple times to the one given by the monks in New Skeet who raised the divine canine German shepherds. And they're up there in the mountains in New York. And their blessing of the animals had all kinds of animals there. It was amazing. Mostly German shepherds and dogs, but there were llamas and a couple ponies and horses at a few of these ceremonies, and it was just beautiful. And if you love animals, even if you don't have any pets, try to go to one of these ceremonies just so you can get your fix of animals and feel happy that day and appreciate the environment and all of the animals on the planet as well. The prayer of St. Francis is well known throughout the planet. I am not going to bore you by reading it. I will just let this pause for a little bit so you can read it. It's beautiful. It's been sung by many famous people, Sinead O'Connor and Tina Turner and all kinds of other wonderful singers and opera singers and musicians. So you can go on YouTube and put that in the search box, Prayer of St. Francis sung, and you'll find other artists singing it as well. I promise I won't sing it to you. I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed feast of St. Francis of Assisi on October 4th. Give your pet an extra treat, some extra loving and kisses, and celebrate. Even if it's not October 4th, give your pet an extra treat and kiss. Have a pawsome day. For more information on holistic pet services, barking Zoom consultations, online classes, and books for people and pets, visit the Four Paws Acupuncture website, fourpawsacupuncture.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a pawsome day.